the nice introduction. Now we are in the final session of this eHealth Summit, and as all good things have to come to an end, but before the end there is a bang, and the bang is how to cope with the regulations in the health sector in India. Why this challenge of coping? You would be able to understand this if I enumerate the few, if there are few, laws governing the healthcare sector in India. Can you believe India has 25 laws which relate to commissioning of a hospital? 25 laws to master all the time, and if you're not following one of them, you are in a soup. Now, to run a hospital, you need doctors, nurses, and all. For qualifications, conduct, and practice of medical professional in India, there are 19 laws. Can you believe it? 19 laws. Now, can you deliver healthcare without drugs? Now, how many laws regulate storage, sale of drugs and safe medications? Again, there are 19 laws. If you want to do research, that is biomedical research in the hospital, and without biomedical research, no scientific advances in healthcare can happen. There are only 2 laws, only 2. But if you know the laws, then you realize the complexity of following these laws. In the hospitals, you manage patients. How many laws regulate the management of patients? 21 only in India. How many laws regulate the medical legal aspects of patients in the hospitals and healthcare services? There are 11 laws, and the list is going on. For the safety of patients, public and staff within the hospital premises and environment protection, there are 23 laws. And believe me, I have not yet started enumerating these laws. I am just counting the variety and the range of laws that govern the medical profession in India. In the hospitals, you will employ certain manpower. For the employment of manpower in the hospital, there are 28 laws. For professional training and research, there are 4 laws that you have to adhere to. And for running the business of hospital, you have to adhere to only 15 laws. Could you total all these laws? That will be also a Herculean task. Leave aside coping with these laws. So, would it not mean that you have to engage a full-time lawyer in the hospital before you start the business of hospital? Or you would also agree with me that if we have to really operate healthcare service, you have to be first studying the LLB course or LLM course preferably, and also stand in first grade in the examinations of LLB and LLM, besides having MBBS or other qualification. Now, if this is the state of affairs, is it possible to have a single law, or is it not possible to have a single law? If it is possible to have a single law, is it possible to have a single regulator for regulating all these laws? And that is another larger question. Who is the single regulator for the healthcare profession in the country? Or do we have, or do we not have? Any idea from the audience? Do we have a single regulator in the country for the healthcare or not? Yes or no? No? But do we have a need for a single regulator in the healthcare profession or not? Yes. But till date, the public debate in India has not been addressing this very crucial issue of the practice of healthcare profession in the country. The entire focus is on actually trying to adhere. You can only try to adhere. You cannot actually ensure adherence at all times because of multiple factors. You can only try to adhere to this multiplicity of laws that are in place for running the hospital or business of hospital or doing biomedical research or providing drugs or employing health professionals. In our panel, we shall try to address a few areas in this complex scenario, and we'll try to make an attempt, if there are any solutions for this intractable problem, then what are those solutions? And if those solutions are visible, what will be the methodology to actually implement these solutions in India in a manner which actually catalyzes the process of further growth of the health sector and not stop the growth of the healthcare sector in India. And when I say healthcare sector, it means healthcare sector in the government sector, healthcare sector in the non-governmental sector, and within the non-governmental sector, healthcare sector within the corporate sector and the non-corporate sector, because a large number of non-corporate players have been there in the health sector in India, which are commonly clubbed as NGOs or trust hospitals or charitable hospitals. But they are run with public or private trust money for public good, and huge population is actually taking services from these very hospitals. The largest example would be the Christian Medical College Hospital or Vellore or many religious trusts which are running a good number of hospitals for a long time in India.